Collect the infinite skulls of those that betrayed you. Yes, I love it. Yeah, if they can bring them back from the dead, if I take their skull, does that still work? If so, that's an infinite skull harvest right there. Anywho, did some cosmetics. Let's do some more. Let's continue progressing, I think. I don't think I'll be able to do like a finish off this today, but I really at least want to do this, and we're pretty close. Am I getting any transportation? Yeah, I'm getting 3 per turn for 1 more turn. That's going to get me pretty close, but it might not get me there. I'm going to need like 1 more encounter that's going to give me a bit more. So we'll see what we can do.
Life is too precious to waste.
I'm really excited about that one. I'm going to use the black hole one for a little bit, and I'll see if it feels like too bad an idea. Due to the fact that it covers up everything, I'll try it. But it kind of goes with my cosmetic set, so I'm using it now. Okay, we did the god over there.
When I'm ready, and not before.
So we're looking for the... where do we need to head? No, there's 2 ways we need to go, actually. Is this one of them? Shrine of the Winds? Nope, that's not it. We've already done that. I think. Did we do the Shrine of the Winds thing? Yeah, I think we did that. What about the other side then? Going for a 24-hour stream today? No, I think that's not a good idea. I'd maybe go close if I'd had more than 4.5, 5 hours sleep. Refinery, there we go. We use the new cold skill? No, Winter's Orb doesn't really fit this. Winter's Orb's more like building a Blade Vortex character or something. It's a hit damage skill. This is a cold damage over time build. There's no cold damage over time associated with Winter Orb. Level 68. Alright, I'm doing some traveling. We'll grab the Life and Chaos res there for a little while we stay hybrid. Probably sometime tomorrow I'll swap from hybrid to CI, but we'll go hybrid for a little bit, maybe into the early 70s, I think. And then swap to CI. We want to get a little bit of gear, and your early endgame gear, it's good if you kind of swap in the early-ish to mid-70s, because then you can get stuff with some decent item levels that will actually have some okay mods on them. Below that, and you're like looking at gear that you're going to replace pretty quickly anyway, so it's not really worth doing much shopping or crafting. Winter Orb, no cold damage. It deals cold hit damage, just not cold damage over time, specifically. Which is what we want. I think the black hole vortex, although it's pretty, is a bad idea. It gets to be way too much. Also, like, it's kind of blinding, isn't it? I can't do it. I can't do it, guys. I can stick with this one. Even this regular effect was kind of a bit bad, to be honest. Is there any other vortex effects? No, just the black hole one. Apparently there's some more vortexic sulfite in here. I don't think I've done a encounter yet, so I'll have a little poke around. Grab some sulfite and maybe an encounter. Some sulfite. Master favor is separate. The new masters have their own favor for hideout decorations, and you build it up by doing their quests. Arcanus, uncrafted. Ah! Almost died crafting that.
Ready and not
yeah, I mean that cost me nothing. 36 is a pretty low roll, but it cost me nothing. So it's all profit, right? I'll take the low investment, all profit craft. Where's the betrayal encounter in this zone? If you don't use the Vortex MTX, then I'll have to instead. Go for it. You have my blessing. You can still get what was the Varici socket crafting stuff. I'm pretty sure you can get all that still.
Another good find.
I must have already done the betrayal thing in here, or I missed it. Whatever. because it's time to scoot though. Intervention in the boss fight? I did the boss fight though. Nothing in there. Must have been hiding in a corner somewhere or something.
Farewell.
Sin. And we've done everything, haven't we? Talk to Petarus and Vanya. Did I not already
That
do
would
that?
just
Oh, I think I
make
just
life
didn't get my reward.
complicated.
Yes?
Respect points, Stormblade reward. Oh yeah. Show me your shield. Very nice. You can have it back. You know what? Keep it. I'll take the currency shards instead, thank you. Okay. Let's go finish the act and do the boss. You have problems killing Haku at low levels? The first act or two can be a little tough. Some of the encounters can be pretty tough. If you're having a lot of trouble killing a particular person, check what items they're wearing, because it could be the item they have. They might have like a powerful healing item maybe that's screwing you. In which case, if you get an opportunity to deal with that, sometimes people will offer you like a betrayal option to sabotage everyone's items from a certain branch. Maybe you want to keep an eye out for that. Take advantage of it if it comes up. So that you can have an easier time in the future. Yeah, the whole ice spear change kind of weirds me out a little bit. Like they just completely reversed it. It used to pierce at close range and then crit, like build the crit up and not pierce at long range. Now it has like a little army distance and then it'll pierce afterwards, but it doesn't pierce at close range. It means it feels really bad if you attack things in close range, but I don't know. I mean, on one hand, I like the idea that the mechanics are encouraging you to like keep a sweet spot range. That's kind of cool, I guess, but I don't know. Feels like it has a bit of a feel bad mechanic to it.
Not before.
Maybe gonna do the skill some harm in terms of popularity. I'll be going CI first for sure. This guy's terrifying looking, but also dead. I'll be going CI for first for sure, but we could definitely go low life on this. Oh, I'm hitting all the dead ends. Do you know if you walk over a scroll on the ground, it'll automatically pick up for you? No, it won't. There was a bug with the pets earlier where the pets were picking up scrolls, but they weren't supposed to. Chris was like, WTF, I'm fixing now. I don't know if it's already been fixed or not. Rygal's Mind of a Matter version of this build looks pretty good. He's going... He must be going Trickster or something, is he? Trickster dot with Life Mind Over Matter. I think that'd be a solid choice too. I think CI is going to be really insane though. Occultist is pretty strong. Both offensively and defensively. You go Siphoning Trap to complement the AoE Ice. I don't know that it actually does much damage, does it? Never really looked at it in terms of its damage. What does it give, like life and mana? I don't think those will be useful for me. EB might have a matter occultist. Ah, okay. Occultist with Eldritch Battery. I see. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. It sounds curious. I'm curious to see how he's... It sounds interesting. I'm curious to see how he's built it. I'm glad these upcoming 3 boss encounters don't have any cold damage. It's lightning, chaos, and fizz, so pretty comfortable with that. Dweidri's up first. Hey, give me that fuse.
When I'm ready, and
This is
not
a majority in this stream. Yikers! Behind the totem. Forgot about that. Doo-doo. You're so basic. What? I never understood that. What does that even mean? You're basic. What is basic? Why is that an insult? People say something like, I'm a simple man, you know? That's not an insult, but basic kind of seems the same, right? Boring? Okay. Yes. Wow, Shav got shredded. We froze Locker for a little while there, even. Basic means you are trash and have no class. Okay, but I don't get it, though. I don't get why it means that. Can someone do the, give me a full write-up of the history and evolution of the term? Please don't. No, actually, it sounds like a rather mind-grating read. Because I imagine the sort of cultures that it's used in is
Let's prove that the Syndicate has the might
probably not my
to make
jam.
right.
On the red pyre.
The Syndicate is helping that creature.
Talk.
Place again.
Okay, you guys okay? Are you guys okay? Hit that fair fled and Jorgen. No. Stop for a second. I need to make decisions. Hit that fled. Jorgen. Okay. Stockpiling Bestials will kill Jorgen.
You've won the battle, Exile.
Oh, it'll remove the other guy. Well, I don't want to do that.
It hates it, but it's
Well, fine.
Beasts
Now what do
belong
you wanna do?
behind
To the
bars.
victor go the spoils.
Removal rivalry.
Take this as your reward.
Yeah, whatever.
Strong and reasonable.
You guys are not offering
I
me
like
good
you,
deals
Exile.
here. You're not offering me good deals. Not a fan. Basic equals normie? I don't know about that. There's a lot of different context between the terms, I think.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Immunity phase, eh? What a jerk. Or disappearing phase, more aptly. Stop distracting me with clones, bully. Sick loot. Alright. It's time. Form the amalgamation. A big issue with Ice Spear's first phase is that it's slow as hell. By the time you've repositioned via flame dashing away and casting throwing Ice Spears, most of the mobs are already on top of you. Yeah, true, that does sound a bit awkward. I wonder if you need to like pick some projectiles to speed up on the tree. Is it one of those sorts of skills? My investigation board is kind of pretty, isn't it? I happen to have formed quite a few friendships. Usually that's been out of like it being a valid alternative to de-ranking someone. Taking some offers for people instead of de-ranking them if I didn't want to. I'll make a guide to the mechanics soon, I think. Alright. Boss fight time though. For now. Can't skip phases on this fight. Do your worstest with that orb. Bye! Tried to flee, but no luck. Ah! Sick Mana Flask.
Fair
Nice. Very successful.
alchemy to the depths. If it ain't.
Ready to go.
And onwards to Act 10. Woo. All right.
Fair winds.
Oh, we're so close, man. I need it. I need it before I finish today. I need it. Give me some more transportation. Come on. Give me some more transportation.
You there! Exile! I am in need of your services once more. Help me!
See ya, Plague Wing. Alright, Bannon. What in damnation have you done, Bannon? Get him back. Get him back. Shouting at us earlier. I've held the grudge. What do we got? Hey, transportation, just what I wanted.
But even I can browbeat
You might learn a thing
the
or
best
two.
of them with brawn like this.
Not again!
Okay, this might be what we
Every
needed,
time
actually.
you kill me, I just come back stronger.
We got Aisling, who's not like a regular here, so she can give us an opportunity to learn what we need to know intelligence-wise here, and that could be what we need.
Cold-blooded betrayal. That's what I offer.
Fortification intelligence per turn.
When I'm ready
No, that's not
and
what I
not
want.
before.
So Riker,
Aisling. No words can encapsulate the
can't
terrible
get any more ranks,
things
though.
she is capable of. She is a truly terrifying sadist. You and
Preserving veiled
I need
armors.
to work together to put her down.
should I condemn Aisling, or maybe I'll get rid of her, because I don't like that deal.
Cold-blooded betrayal. That's what I offer.
I think I'm gonna condemn Aisling. I'm just gonna interrogate her. So she's gonna lose her place, but that's not a big deal, I don't think. Socket modifying orbs. Good on you, Verici.
If you think
That's very-
I'm
it's very
you're
Verici.
sorely
The
mistaken.
more tightly fit the cogs, the more efficient the machine. Choose the right
too
cogs,
close. We can't
and the
do this. We're too
machine may
close.
work in your favor. Choose the wrong ones.
Calm down, mate. We're too close to interrogate him because he won't be there when we want him to be there, without us doing some awkward delaying stuff. So
The more
I have to make the random bargain and hope that Gravicious, we get another
Somehow,
encounter. Gravicious
trusting
sorts
this
us out.
Riker Malone.
So that's the plan. We need someone else there. Having just two people there that you want to be staying as rank 3 makes it very difficult to try and get the intelligence you need. You need some like people to interrogate. So we've maneuvered someone there that we can take advantage of. We'll finish us off in terms of the intelligence we need. If you don't choose either, I don't know what happens yet, but I presume you can just walk away, and then like the next encounter will just be a different encounter, and nothing will happen. Like neither effect will be chosen. Ooh, that ding, that gem ding from D2, classic. I don't know if there is an advantage to making them become rivals. I feel like that's usually that seems like a downside for us. Them becoming rivals, but maybe not. I don't fully understand what rival offers yet. That part I'm unsure about. I don't know if you guys if you've seen any like evidence of things happening because of rivalries. I have not been able to notice anything. Nothing obvious seems to happen. More likely to betrayal? From what I've seen, they only betray if they're friends with someone. Because in order to betray someone, they need to have trust in you. If you're rivals, then you can't really betray them. The word bearers of Warhammer 40k told me that. They said that the strongest power comes from betraying someone who you're very close to and has the maximum possible amount of trust in you. That's where real power lies. Yes. When someone who was one of the word bearers was best friends with an Ultramarine, stabbed him in the back, even though he loved him like a brother. He did it because he knew it was the most powerful form of betrayal there could be. I like my breakups to be as memorable as they are devastating. Jesus. The ultimate betrayal is Horus anyway. Betraying his father, betraying all his brothers. That's true, and Horus gets a lot of power out of that betrayal, doesn't he? Yes. At least at the part I'm up to in the Horus Heresy, don't spoil it. I'm not finished yet. We're going to the left. There's a passive quest over here. Don't get me started on Warhammer 40k, by the way, guys. I will talk about it for hours. Believe you me.
When I'm ready, and not before.
I have read many Horus Heresy books. Rivals give the options to remove from the Syndicate. Okay, I'll pay attention to that. I'll see if that seems to be the case. Whenever that option occurs, I'll see if they're doing it to a rival. It sounds plausible. Do you only read it or play it too? I haven't really played yet, no. Played various Warhammer 40k video games. I've read a whole bunch of the books, but I haven't really played tabletop. But Amy did gift me a while back a Betrayal at Calth set, which is Ultramarines versus Wordbearers. And I am slowly building that. It's slow going, but I'm enjoying the process. I built some Terminators recently. I put some on stream, even. Magnus did nothing wrong. I don't know about that. Let's see, Magnus was a pretty powerful psycho. He was the emperor when he created his sons. He distilled in them each aspects of himself, and he distilled in Magnus a part of his psychic power. And Magnus wanted to know everything. He wanted to know all there was to know in the universe. And in doing so, he inadvertently fucked up some shit. Let's just say. So I think he made some errors in judgment, but I will give you the credit though that his blame is lessened. Not that he did nothing wrong, but his blame is lessened. I think much of his blame can be placed on his father, the Emperor, because his father didn't tell him things. He didn't tell him anything, frustratingly so. Like a father would try to protect you from the truth, and in doing so, condemn you. And that's exactly what happened. I think at some point you have to, it is your responsibility to tell your children the hard truths of the world. It's your fault the way I am, Dad, basically. Crawling in my skin, these words, they're real, hideout. Oh, that sound! Whoop, whoop. It's so good. Blaming the Emperor's heresy, podcast. That it is. Glorious, glorious heresy. Glorious, glorious heresy. I am like very all over the place when it comes to my loyalties in Warhammer 40k. I have no loyalties. I'm loyal to all of them in different ways. I'm actually probably least loyal to the Emperor specifically though. I think he's kind of a dick the way he kept things that he shouldn't have. Kept the truth of the warp from everybody. What a dick. But he's also someone we don't know very much about, so it's difficult to understand his motivations when we don't know very much about them. He's a rather hidden character. Feels weird metagaming for PoE content. Yes, well, someone mentioned Warhammer 40k, or I did. I don't remember which. Someone did, probably me. And well, now here we are. Oh, you've got immunity phases, don't you? What's your thing? Wow. But yes, I have a love for all of the other legions and peoples of Warhammer 40k, even the traitor legions, and I have a love of all of them. They're all each beautiful in their own ways, their own fucked up ways. When you start talking about betrayals, Warhammer 40k gets mentioned. True. We were talking about the power of betrayal, that's right, and what better story in the universe of betrayal is there than that of Horus Heresy? Like, it is the best tale of betrayal in existence, I think. Isn't the Emperor almost dead in stasis or something? In actual Warhammer 40k, yes, he's basically a desiccated cadaver who's essentially psychic presence and brain is still just functioning and is kept alive by the sacrifice of thousands upon thousands of regular humans daily. He basically feeds off of their psychic energy by having them ritually sacrificed to him. They just harvest to keep him alive. Thanks, McCoy. What the fuck is Lightning Golem? It's a MTX skin for him. Steam, I think he's pretty daubs, eh? Pretty daubs. We are done here. Got a little distracted. What's your favorite from the Horus Heresy series? Really enjoyed Fulgrim. Weird but excellent. Yes, that was very cool. They're like, the way their pursuit of perfection and their beliefs about perfection was twisted. It was just delightful. It was delightful. What was my favorite? Oof. I think it's Descent of Angels, which is about the Dark Angels. The Dark Angels. I loved their. So when in the early parts of the Dark Angels books, they're a lost kind of group of humanity, and I love their world and their setting there. They basically have reverted to like a feudalism sort of state, but with higher technology. I love that. I love that. That was awesome.
Farewell. Innocence forgives you.
That was probably one of my favorites, but I don't know. That was. But I've read some more books since then. I've read some really good ones. It might actually be now Betrayal at Calth. Or whatever the name of that book actually is.
Goodbye.
It might actually be my favorite now. No. Tough call. Very tough call. So many good books there. I've enjoyed most of them really a lot. Did I get my passive? Lani.
For freedom.
A quartz flask would actually be very handy for me, I think.
From your...
Maybe it would be even better than a silver flask. You get like duration. Oh, movement speed one? Yeah, I'd use that. Oh. Speaking of Warhammer, are you going to try Chaos Bane, the new upcoming Warhammer action RPG? Dude, Warhammer plus action RPG? You can be guaranteed that I'll try it. It's not 40k, which is my preference, but I'll still enjoy it. I'll still play it, I'm sure. I'm not as big into Warhammer Fantasy. They're pretty different things for me, but I'll definitely try it. Okie dokie. Oh damn! I don't have the Ravage Square waypoint. This should be good. No Fear. Yes, the book No Fear, I think, is the Betrayal at Calth one. About the Betrayal at Calth. That might be my favorite. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. There's so many of them are good. I recently read in 40k the genesis of the Avatar of Khorne, you know, the skulls for the Skull Throne. That guy. I recently read how he was created and his beginnings. I won't spoil it for anyone who wants to read the series because I highly recommend it. You should read some Horus Heresy. It's fucking sick. But that was like, I see why people are a fan of this. Because you always hear that. If you've like ever even vaguely heard of 40k, you probably heard someone say skulls for the Skull Throne or blood for the Blood God. That was great. I love that. The ending of that book. That was fantastic. Have you read Legion? I think I'm rereading Legion now, actually. Let me check. That might be the one I'm reading now, because let me check. Because there's a bit of a story to me reading this one. Is it Legion? It is Legion. I'm reading Legion now. Because Legion was the only book I stopped reading of all of the Horus Heresy series. And considering I've read like 20-something books now, that's pretty impressive, right? Like, that all of them I've loved. Legion, I was like, ugh, I can't read any more of this. And at the time, I think I just wanted more Space Marine stuff, and it's a little bit of a slow burn, and it's at the start it's focused on regular normal humans, regular army dudes, and dudettes. Yeah, I put it down. But I've read a bunch of more books now, and I come back to it in a bit more of a patient mind frame, and rereading it, I'm loving it. It's actually really sick. Also, like, I read another book that included an Alpha Legion in it, and I really came to enjoy that. So now, kind of like knowing what I know, even though I'm reading them out of sequence a little bit, I'm really enjoying it. So, yes, just mere mortals, mere pathetic mortals. I mean, they're selectively bred gene bank mortals of good gene breeding and stock, but you know, just mortals though. They don't have a tiny fraction of the Emperor's blood like the Astartes do. Oh, Ossuary is where I get to find my hideout that I want. Where I'm going to build my Skull Throne. Are Vortex and Cold Snap good? Yes, they're both quite good. The cold damage over time they deal is really nice. Vortex has some also good utility applications too. Generate frenzy charges and puts a chilling ground down. Both of those can be used just for their utility aspects. I'm not familiar with this Warhammer 40k organ that allows them to spit acid. I don't think I've encountered that yet. Don't spoil me. I'm sure I'll get there eventually. I don't know that part. The biological and otherwise enhancements to the Astartes, though, are pretty fascinating in a way. There is a crafting recipe in here too, it looks like. It is Chaos Damage rank 2. I presume that's like percentage Chaos Damage, but I'm not sure. It's kind of not very clear.
A leader cannot simply...
We have our final Merciless trial here as well, I believe. I think we've done the rest of them. It's the last act, so it's got to be. I played around with Arctic Breath a little bit. It's just low damage compared to these other skills I'm using. I'll see at endgame whether there's any use for it in the build once I've progressed a bit more, but right now it seems like not much use, at least for leveling. I think a lot of people, including myself, are definitely interested in the transition from where you are into CI. Yeah, we'll be doing that tomorrow, so you can see that process live. It is an interesting process. We'll see how we approach that, and how you approach it kind of depends on what gear you have available, and exactly what your build's like. It's easier nowadays than it used to be in the past, though, to make that transition. Because we have a lot more flight energy shield available from other sources besides gear. Whereas before it was 100% gear reliant. So yeah, we'll be doing that. We'll be doing that in my next play session. So you'll be able to follow along with that if you like. I didn't finish the trial. What? All right, I'll go back for it. Let me just go find the hideout first. Well, I just like, oh, I did one side, didn't I? And then I just ran out. Just too distracted. Dude, you still up? I slept 7 hours and you're still here? Yeah, I've been streaming for 15 hours. I think I'll be stopping soon. It would be pretty sane to do so, I think. I don't know where this hideout's gonna be. In the middle here? On the other side in the middle?
When I'm ready
That
and
doesn't
not
seem likely.
before.
It's definitely in the ossuary. It said on the menu. It's not here. You did 2 sides and didn't do the middle one. Oh, I see. Well, it might be up here on that wall, maybe. That seems unlikely though, but we're running out of spots the hideout could be in. Am I planning on doing a 500-hour month like Ziz? No, never. That's not me. All right, finishing the trial. Sorry, guys. Finish that trial, shall we? There we go.
An emperor must know precisely
Oh, I
where
could
he
have taken the
stands.
portal, but oh well. Out we go. Where is this hideout? There's definitely a hideout here. Look, this can only be the last. This is the last spot. If it's not here, I'm alright. There it is. It is there. Well, unexpected, but there you go. Last place you look. Process of elimination. Skeletal hideout.
Keep your life
Yes,
short.
don't mind if I do. Let me just purge the skeletal hideout of the skeletons so I can put my own skeletons in here. I don't want these pre-existing skeletons. It's like using the furniture that just someone left behind in the house you purchased. Like, yeah, but you don't know what's been done on it. Just like the skeletons. This is my hideout.
Curious.
Give it to me.
With the death of the
Yeah, where is it? No, skeletal. Swap. Pog. Alright, we'll decorate later when the mystery box comes out and I can buy all the skulls. I can get all the skulls from it. I have to explore my hideout? Where do you think I'll make a glorious skull throne though? There's already some cool skull decorations. I might keep some of those. Where should I make my glorious skull throne though? Oh, maybe here. I mean, it's half done already. That's a pretty good looking spot for a skull throne right there. I kind of wish there was like a big raised dais or something that I could build it on. I mean, I could just build it here. Just a mega skull throne there. I don't know what tools I'll have to build it with yet, but here could also work quite well. Yes. All right, I like the looks of that. I like the looks of that. Thank you very much for the sub. It's Studs, man. You sure are. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Hello.
Exile.
Okay, continuing on from that distraction. Do you have a favorite Primarch in 40k? I know I've been talking about 40k a lot, guys, but I'm sorry, I love it. Sometimes I talk about the things I love. Tough question. The Primarchs are basically the direct sons of the Emperor.
And not
He's,
before.
you know, he's the Emperor of all of mankind. Well, you know, also the theory is. The Primarch, my favorite Primarch. Who? I don't know. I don't know if I like any of them, in a way. Like, I think they all have their kind of like faults and failings and like glorious things about them. And they're all, like, I can empathize with all of them in some way, or like at least understand them, if not empathize with them. I don't know if I have a favorite. Tough question. Sanguinius the Angel? Yeah. Yeah, actually, I might take back what I said. He might be it. I don't know. It feels like a, cause he's kind of an edgelord. That's the points against him. He's a bit of an edgelord. You know, he's basically he is a vampire with wings, but and he's also a little mopey, I guess. I don't know. The pain that he goes through, though, I'm like, okay. I don't know. He's pretty cool. I think I like Sanguinius' story a lot. And he's pretty epic. I don't know. He's my favorite though. It might be Mr. Roos of the Wolfpack, Space Wolves, aka the Route. It might be him. I like that he's like a fucking terrifying giant beast of a man who is basically like half a werewolf, but also like sitting down and playing like an elaborate chess game with people. I like that. That's cool. He might be my favorite. Who's your favorite Primarch and why is it Leman Russ? Yeah, I think he might be my favorite. I mean, he's an angry dude, but like, I think he's full of righteous anger, so I can get behind that. And he has a shitty job, but he doesn't bemoan it. He accepts it and owns it. The Space Wolves are basically like the Emperor's chosen executioners. So if they need to punish like one of their brother legions, that's their job, which is a real shit job to have. Like, imagine if your father had 20 sons, and you guys were like pretty close. You know, there's plenty of rivalries and stuff like that. The things you'd expect from having 19 brothers. But it was your job to kill your brothers if they went too far out of line, or to, you know, destroy the things they loved the most, and that was your job. Imagine that. Like, that's a pretty shit job, and a lot of people would bemoan having that. But he was like, you know. He accepts it. He doesn't relish it, not at all, but he accepts it. I like that. That's cool. So I think yes, he'd be my favorite. Is something weird going on with game music? Not to my knowledge. Sounds fine to me. Where do I sign up for that job? I think that's the thing. If you or Mr. Roos of the Space Wolves liked that job, then that's kind of, you know, makes you a bad sort, I think. Mine is Konrad Curze. The fuck, bro? What the fuck? I just read the book about him. Like, literally, there is a torture porn book of Konrad Curze. AKA, he calls himself the Night Haunter because he's an edgelord. Just like torturing again and again one of his brothers, just in all sorts of elaborate ways. Like, it's fucked up, man. He's a fucked up dude. What the hell? Why is he your favorite? That was a nasty book, man. Had some nasty scenes in it, Jesus. Rowboat Guile, man. Nice. Borky Doge. Sorry about the books. Borky Doge. The freezers are getting pretty potent now. Angron is tragic. Angron is tragic. Angron is a very unlucky one of the Primarchs. Well, fuck. So am I, apparently. That was purely bad luck, guys. Not at all bad play. Like, just literally just ran into that pack and died. And did nothing to defend myself. It was just bad luck. It was bad luck. It's my dad's fault. He didn't love me enough. Anywho. Angron is a particularly fascinating and sorry individual. All the suns were scattered about the universe thrown about through an event, and he happened to land on a planet where the lords of the planet just loved hosting gladiatorial arenas for their pleasure, and he was taken as a slave, and they hammered these this device into his brain, into his skull. That's basically, they describe it as the butcher's nails. They're basically a pain-inducing device that's designed to just constantly drive like a white-hot pain into your brain that drives you into a berserker rage. That makes like the only thing that gives you like a positive kind of stimulation and a relief from the pain is, you know, murdering and bloodshed and carnage. Because right, it makes for good, entertaining gladiators if you have people like that. And his mind and body deteriorates over the years because of that. He lives with that. Yeah, pretty fucked up, man. And he's just a sorry individual. And he's the only Primarch who all of his soldiers, the Astartes, which are basically like sons to their Primarch, he's the only one who all their sons, none of them like him. They all acknowledge that. They're open about that. None of us like him. we all hate him. We loathe him. That sensation sounds like my ex. Wow. It's pretty fucked up. Yeah, pretty fucked up. But it also just like he's very interesting character as well. Tragic, definitely tragic. That's how I like my coffee. It's like white hot pain that drives you into berserker rage. That's brilliant.